Hi everybody, it's Marissa M. Kissa. I am back for a Flosstube video. I'm calling this Flosstube number 1. I deleted all my other Flosstubes except for my whip parade that I just did for my birthday. We are starting over. Hi, welcome back if you've watched me before, and hi if you're new. I hope that we can get to know each other and that you can enjoy some of my whips. And that you're having a lot of time to watch Flosstube right now. So that's why I decided to jump back in. I have been eating up every Flosstube video that I can. It has been on my TV, it has been on my computer, it has been on my phone. Stitching is bringing me happiness right now, and I want to bring it to other people. My family is all healthy. Most of us are working, and we're in a good place. I'm in a good place, and we're just going to keep going with that. I hope that you're well, and I hope that stitching is bringing you happiness. I am back to talk about what happened with my March Madness, to show you some of my goodies that I got after market this year, and to show you my progress on stuff. So I've already filmed this once and my camera battery died and I was all over the place, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized when I do it this time for you. You don't know how disorganized I was the last time, but let's just hope that my redo benefits you. So we will start. I'm just going to start really quick with Market haul. I did not buy a lot from Market. I really well, number one, I bought 2 pretty large projects, and so I really didn't want to push myself any further than that. So big giant purchase number 1 was Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I loved this the second she showed it. I love Sparrow as well. I don't know if I will stitch both of them. This has been really fun so far, and I mean, it's possible. I like the floral, and I love the colors in this, and it just made me happy. So this was my number 1 that I wanted, and my biggest project other than a Hilde that lives at my oldest whip spot on my whip list and will stay there for the next probably 20 years. It's one of those ones that maybe I will finish. I don't know if I have the motivation to stitch full coverage right now with the amount of yeah. But so this was my number 1 market purchase. I'm so happy with it. I love it so much. I love the big book, although mine already, from like opening and clipping it into my my OttLite has a clip, so I like kind of put it in the little clip, and from like holding the pages back, they're already ripping, so this thing's gonna be a train wreck by the time I'm done with it, but that's okay. It'll just mean that it was stitched and loved and awesome. My other purchases from Market were Huckleberry Farm, and this pattern is so cute. The little like sloth like laying on the thing. Janine did such an amazing job photographing Shale. Shale is like such a pretty fabric, and it's so hard to get a picture of, because I have a finish that I'm going to show you that's on Shale, and I think I finally got a good picture of it to put on mine, but it's just a tough one. It is totally a tough one, but it is a beautiful fabric, and I will definitely be stitching this in all of the called for colors. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably when I get tired of stitching on Consider the Lilies, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. And then I got Hilde Strawberry from Bendy Stitchy. This is so cute, and I already have stitched the Halloween Hilde, and I should be buying the Christmas one from her pretty soon, now that it's released in her Etsy shop, or her online shop for digital download. But this one I just wanted to get my hands on right away. It's so cute. I love the ladybug. I think I am gonna stitch the ladybug in my new favorite red that I'll show you in a second. And then my other market purchase was the Santa key, Secret Santa. We don't have a chimney. I have a actual Santa key that was gifted to me and a long time ago when I lived in an apartment that didn't have a fireplace. And so when I finish this, I'm gonna, I think, attach the key like to right here, and then we'll hang that on the door. So he's gonna be super cute. I think I'm gonna try, I know that this Tiffany blue must be, or this vintage this vintage Tiffany must be like impossible to get right now because of everybody that's doing that. But I think that Hilde would look really awesome on it too. And this is the only Santa that I'm planning on doing from this set. So let's see, if I cover my face, well, there we go. So yeah, I think these are gonna go on the same fabric. And I think they'll both be really cute on it. But I have no idea when I'm gonna get my hands on that. So those are my market purchases. Like I said, I have started Sparrow, or I have started Lilies. I don't know if yeah, I did tell you that because I've been putting it in my thing and doing all that blah. But I'm gonna save showing you that for just a second while I show you some of the other things that I did manage for March Madness stitching before I like totally lost steam and was just like, oh, all the market stuff's coming, I'm done stitching all of these things for my stash and I need new stuff. So I did, let's see, Oh Say Can You See was what I started on my birthday, which was when I made my video. And then after that I started Lizzie Kate's Yankee Doodle Pop. So these are called Yankee Doodles. And that's how far I got. So not very far, and I'm stitching with, the blue is Color and Cotton. Color and Cotton's Indigo. Dark Indigo, excuse me. So I did that one, and then I started and finished Red Christmas. So this is in the 2019 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. So obviously you stitch it like this, but then it's set on point the way it's finished, and I love it. I think it's so pretty. I might do it again, sorry, in a toile, so that it's sparkly, but I planned on making ornaments for all of our friends and family this year for presents, and I think I'm going to stick with that plan. So that will get finished into an ornament and sent off to somebody in our family for their tree. And then on the 8th of March, I started Love Never Fails by the Primitive Hare. There we go. And that is stitched in Turkish Red from Weeks Dye Works. And the linen is 28 count Zweigart Cashel in Autumn Field. And that's pretty accurate if the blurriness will go away. There you go. So that red, Turkish Red, which I know I'm probably late to the party, but I love this red. It's getting blown out from the window, but that is going to be Hilde's Strawberry color, or her Ladybug color. And I'm super stoked on that. And I'm hopefully going to FFO this sometime soon, because it'd be nice to have it totally done for our anniversary. Okay. Let's show you where I am with Consider the Lilies. So I've been working on this, when did I start it? I started it on March 25th. I've been working on it fairly exclusively. In the beginning, I was not working on it during Zoom calls, and that's where I've had a lot of my Stitchy time, doing some Zoom calls with our Stitching Maniacs group, which it's like Maniacs, like Maine, because we live in Maine. I live in Maine, by the way. I don't think I said that. I live in Maine. I live just south of Portland, which is the largest city in Maine, but not the capital of Maine. And yeah, they've been, that's it. So our Stitching Maniacs group and our Vacation Land Stitchers, because Maine is Vacation Land, except not right now. Don't come. We love you, but don't come right now. So that has just been like an epic brain, like, love fest. It makes me so happy to stitch with people that I know, people that I don't know, and meeting some more Mainers that are not local in our smaller group that gets together, which has been really nice. So yeah. So I was stitching on a different project during the beginning of that, when I had first started Consider the Lilies, because I didn't want to mess up on anything like in the beginning that I would need to use for counting later. But I've still gotten a decent amount of progress. I've gotten from the middle all the way, at least to this side. I'm missing a lot of colors for this. I started off by only buying the colors that had multiple skeins, because I figured if they have multiple skeins, that means there's lots of stitches of those colors, and so that would be like a great starting point for you know, for a floss collection, because I didn't want to buy all the flosses at once, because I felt like it would just really be a big bank account ouchie to do that, which it would have been. So at least this way it's been a little bit like more gradual. I did actually get a couple more colors in for it, which I'll show you right now, because they came today in the mail, and I'll show you them on my linen. So this is the majority of the gentle arts that are called for. Let's see, how am I going to do this? All right, so you know what it looks like now, what I have done. So let's show you these beautiful, beautiful colors on it. All right, so there's some more colors that I got in today. Come on. There we go. Look at how pretty. Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. The stitch is gorgeous. I can't get over how gorgeous the stitch is. Okay, so that's what I've been stitching on recently, pretty much exclusively for the month of April. I did pause to finish Love Never Fails, because I just needed a little bit more, something small. I needed a finish. I wanted to make sure I got a finish in this month, since I was spending so much money, and I do Stitch from Stash, the Facebook group, and I managed to keep myself in the black for March, but April's not looking so great. So I think, yeah, I think I probably will need to switch to something else, maybe try to get another finish or so. I have been trying to support some Stitchy shops, which, so my package that came today with those flosses came from a stitching shop in Denver. Oh, come on. Do this. There we go. From a stitching shop in Denver. That's their phone number. They have a website, but it's best if you call them to place an order. So the reason that I ordered from a stitching shop in Denver was a year and a half ago when we moved from California to Maine, we drove, one of our places that we stopped was Denver. And we were only there for 2 nights, and one of the days was a day that the stitching shop wasn't open. So I dropped off my husband and my kids in the hotel room and went straight to stitching shop because I was like, oh gosh, they close in like an hour. Well, there was some little like festival, some like street fair going on that day, and it took me way longer than I expected to get there. And I walked into the place with like 15 minutes left of their normal business hours, and now that I'm a little bit more grown up, I understand those things, but like I remember working in like restaurants when I was younger, and the people that came in like 15 minutes before we closed, like those were like the worst people in the world. And so I was like getting down on myself because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm that person, and I'm showing up here like 15 minutes before they close, and all I want to do is look around at everything. They were so nice to me. They were so nice. They were like, we don't have anywhere to go. Don't worry about it. Take your time. They let me look through all their bins. They helped me with fabric when I was trying to kit something up. They were epically amazing. And so during all of this, knowing that, you know, these brick and mortar shops are closed, I just really wanted to make sure that, you know, even though I bought something then when they were super nice to me, I wanted to spread a little bit of love back to them. So, you know, a stitching shop in Colorado, they're lovely, lovely people. So I ordered flosses, and then I also ordered fabric, which I thought I was gonna use for the Santa Key and Hilde Strawberry, but it is way too bright, but I will find something to put on it. But it's Calypso from Picture This Plus, and I haven't opened it yet. You know, it's really pretty, but it is really bright. That's not even showing how bright it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even. It's a little bit more like it. It's just, it's bright. It's bright, bright, bright. I will find something to put on it. It would probably be a good mermaid fabric. You know, because I need to start a mermaid. But yeah, Picture This Plus Calypso. It's gorgeous, but I ordered it from a stitching shop. That was like my little mini haul that came today. I wear those flosses, and that I ran out in the windy rain to my mailbox because it was like, it's here already, and I was like, I want to make a video and put it in it, and so I did. Fun story. The other thing that I was working on during our little Zoom calls and stuff, because it's easy, it's one color, was this Halloween black work. It's from the 2014 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. This one. And I'm stitching it on an orange 16 count Aida that I bought a long, long time ago from Most Sale. And if you watch my whip video, you will notice that I did get quite a bit done. So I had the bottom row of cats and pumpkins done, except for one pumpkin, I think, in the middle. So I finished that one pumpkin in the middle, went into the pumpkin up here, 2 pumpkins up here, a bunch of Smyrnas, no, what are they? What are those? Are they Smyrnas? What are those? Algerian eyes. They're Algerian eyes. So I did a couple of, so those are Algerian eyelets. And then I did all these pumpkins in the middle. So I feel like I made pretty decent progress, enough so that I was kind of bored with it and put it away. I'm not really a huge fan of stitching on Aida anymore. I really like linen and then even weave and then Aida are kind of my ranking choices as far as that goes. Okay, finishes. My only other finishes, other than the ones that I started and finished during March Madness, have been for my own patterns. But I wanted to show them off a little bit. And then this one is on shale, which is what I talked about for Huckleberry Farm. So this fabric, so it looks, actually, that's pretty accurate, although I feel like the white up here shows up better in person. But the color, it's actually a little bit more grayish purple than it's showing up. But this is from Practical Magic. It's inspired by Practical Magic pattern. So the sisters, the 3 sets of sisters, it's big too. So, and this is on 32 count, so it does turn out pretty big. It does eat up quite a bit of that floss, which is not black. It's the $37.99, which is one of my favorite colors of floss, and I love using it in place of black because it's dark, but I feel like you get better coverage than you do with black. So it says, always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder, keep rosemary by your garden gate, plant lavender for luck, and fall in love whenever you can. So I have had that one charted for a really long time. It is available in my Etsy shop, Kissa Creations, but I've had that one charted for a long time, and I've had this other one that I wanted to do also in my head, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it. So it's the Midnight Margaritas from Practical Magic, and I made it into like a little recipe card. So I did the recipe like card outline is really light. It's an ecru. This fabric is Tombstone by Color and Cotton. It came in the Halloween box last year. So this one is Eye of Newt, Toe of Frog, Wing of Bat, Tongue of Dog, Adder's Fork, and Blindworm's Sting. Barbados Lime is just the thing. Phrygia's Salt like a sailor's stubble. Flip the switch and let the cauldron bubble. So that's your Midnight Margaritas recipe. So that hangs on the wall in our kitchen. The sisters hang in my sewing room. And then my other pattern, which has also been in the works for a long time and I just hadn't stitched it up, is actually very timely. But so it's from this cheesy, I think it's 87 or 89, 1987 or 89 surfer movie that my husband and all his buddies watch over and over again, and we quote back at each other all the time. And it's called North Shore. If you're needing a little bit of nostalgia and a little bit of surf culture, it definitely hits the spot, but it's really silly. But it's also now a hand washing stitch. But so it says Scrub It Kook. And this is an aloe vera plant, which is what he puts on his boo-boo after he hits the coral at Pipeline. So yeah, it's not a popular movie. It's definitely something that I stitched for us, for our house, but I felt like I should put it in my shop and share it with everybody else. The natives are getting restless. Mommy has had too much quiet time by herself. So, Scrub It Kook, this is called Refresh, and it's also available in my shop. But I think now that I hear a little feet pitter-pattering down the stairs, it might be time for me to sign off. Oh, they're not feet. It's butt sliding down the stairs. Safety first. Hi, Z girl. What you doing? You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Come here. Say hi. Oh, hello. This is my mini-me. But yeah, I'm gonna take off for today, but thank you for sitting with me. I hope you got some stitching done. I hope you got to see some fun patterns, and I will see you next time for a new update. Okay. Bye.
Uncle Peter.
Yeah, we gotta stop it.
Uncle Peter.
Oh, you want to do a picture?